right, we're back. We're back with the mothers. I guess we call y'all the mothers of Wooisms. We just got through. They got through talking about their experience about what it was like being parents and raising us. Want to dive into starting with you, Mama. What was it like seeing me become a parent, or I would even say seeing me become a parent, because I'm still figuring this thing out.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the part that I like is seeing so many similarities between you and Layla and Miles. Sometimes when you're talking about stuff they're doing, and I'm thinking thinking to myself, like, sometimes I tell you, welcome to my world. They are doing the exact same thing, especially Miles with the mouth and being so proper, just like you when you were his age, and then seeing how much he looks like you at that age, and seeing Layla dote on you. She's definitely a dad girl, and and it fills me with pride because looking at you and how you are with them, you're an awesome dad. You really are. So it fills me with pride because of how good you are with them. But it's also kind of crazy, and then sometimes I be thinking, I ain't that old, And then you start feeling old, and I'm like, no, the devil is a lie. I'm not that old, So, but it just, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's heartwarming because, you're an amazing dad. So, watching and seeing how they are so much like you. But then at the same time, seeing how they're like, Tiv as well, seeing some of her ways as well.
We've had conversations, like I'll call her sometimes and be like, man, let me tell you what your grandchild did.
Yep.
At that point, they're not my kid, they're her grandchild. Right? So I'm like, let me tell you what your grandchild did. And then, and she like, so how did you handle it? I'm like, I handled it this way. She like, what? What do you mean you handled it? You don't think that's too harsh? I'm like, you beat me down going down Dolphin Street. What are you talking about? While driving. Right, while driving. Like, what do you mean? But it's, one of the things that I picked up on when going into parenthood was, like you stated that, like, love. You wanted to make sure that, like, I always felt that I was loved. Mm-hmm. I always want to make sure that they feel the same way. Mm-hmm. So regardless of what, my actions, like if I had to discipline them or get on to them or whatever, I always make sure that it's with love, because that's something that you always instill when you're growing up.
Yeah, and I do. Sometimes he do something, I be like, oh. Even like with the whole schooling thing, now I'm like, oh, you don't think that's a bit much? Or can they, get a break? Like, don't judge us. Like, I ain't judging you, but, you let up some, And it is funny, I guess, because when I was coming up, I was just so paranoid. He's got to be right, and, you see all these other kids, and they're so bad. And it's like, I don't want anybody to say my child is bad, So you really do try real hard to make sure that yours is disciplined and they know how to act when they're in public. But now it's just like, golly, I wasn't that bad. And I was like,
what?
I'm like, fall back a little bit. And he was like, what?
Yeah.
But as grandparents,
I feel the same way. Like, no, like you used to beat me with a wire hanger. Like, I can't be that hard.
beat you. Don't tell me.
I don't know who might be listening.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a bad child. So with me seeing him raising his kids, I'm like, he does some stuff that's questionable.
Yes.
And I'm like, I didn't do you and raise you like that. But let me tell you, they're not bad kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with a good old fashioned butt whipping
Right.
Yeah.
from time to time because that's how we keep them disciplined.
Yeah.
Right.
If I don't know nothing else,
Right.
you know what the Bible say, don't spell wrong.
Now you're taking it out of context. But you know, I didn't have those problems with him growing up. So you think if he's gonna get it right with his kids, is he gonna be too hard on them? He's definitely not soft, but he's stern and to the point with them, and that's what they need because they need somebody to give them that eye. You know, not talking about my grandchildren per se, but you know they need somebody to look at them and give them that look.
Yeah.
You know, to put them in line.
Yeah.
So he's done a wonderful job with my grandkids, and I love talking about my grandkids.
Yeah.
I love talking about my kids.
And see, this like with Sean, that's the thing, especially like with Lay, and sometimes I have to catch myself because she'll be like, I was like, I'm respecting them as parents, but then at the same time, I'm trying to like, don't tell everything. You know, that's what I want to tell her.
So real quick. So typically whenever, and I can say this because Layla is sitting in this room. So Layla be feeling some type of way, right? And then she'll be fine. And then she's like, you know, she talks to her every day. They talk to each other every day. So let me call Sammy. Cool, call Sammy. Soon as she get on the phone with her, Sammy. And I'm like, no, you were just good 5 seconds ago. What are you talking about? And then she, Mama.
My baby.
And then they having this session.
Sound like a part of the episode out of Color Purple.
Right. And I'm like, yo, and so it's baffling because like, you know, because with me being a boy growing up, she was harder on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, there's no way like you would show me any of that empathy or sympathy at the time. Like,
Right.
it would have been like, look, be quiet, shut up, you deserve this, get in the corner, get yourself together, be fine. But now she's like, you know what, you're just a little bit too hard on them. You know, you need to show this little bit of grace, give them a little bit of grace. I'm like, where was grace when I was growing up? I'm not trouble.
But see, that is what's so crazy because I thought that he would be the sympathetic and empathetic one. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, because Sean is he was a sensitive child, and being raised by women, I just knew that he would be that sympathetic type, but it's like, where did he come from? Because, it's just like, dude, she's a girl, you know? And I mean, come on, you know? And he's just so, and I'm like, dude, come on, you know? And I guess that's what's so shocking for me because it's just like, where did that come from? Because it's like, she's a girl. That's all I keep thinking. But he is just so And thank God for Tia because she'll come in and pat the brakes and just try and smooth things over. Because I thought that she would be the disciplinarian and that he would be the one to like be sympathetic and all that. It's like,
I mean, that's
no.
9 times out of 10, it is always the mother that's being the soother.
Because, like, see, Tim is like, you know, let's talk about your feelings. You know, let's figure out where this is coming from. Which is not bad. Like, I get, like, I get it, right? I don't have that.
Yeah, me neither.
So, I've come around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
A tad.
I'm trying.
It's a tad, man. It's still a struggle. You know, I just in certain situations, I just know, all right, Tiv, that's you. Tag me in when you're ready.
Well, let me just say this. It's not an easy job.
No, not at all.
And each child is different.
Right.
Yes.
And the way you raise them is differently raised. But you get the end result is that you did okay with that child.
Yeah.
You did okay with that child. But you know, you with girls, you kind of got to be that cuddly one and let them know that, you know, hey, I got your back, you know, but there's some do's and don'ts to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta work together with it. With the guys, you gotta show a little bit more tightrope with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, just like me personally, like, I don't know if it's because how JD was, you know, by him being military, him being hard, and then me being in the military, but like, my kids, I'm just like, I'm not happy. I'm gonna tell you this one time. After that one time, I might reiterate it one more time. But we ain't going 3. We're not going 3. Either I'm gonna grab a belt, I'm gonna take something away. I'm gonna grab a belt and take something away. But I'm not gonna be doing all this talking. But then like Tay, like, she be, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Why are you doing that? I'm like, stop! Say one time.
Yeah.
And see, like Janiyah is, she's like, she looks like me. She has tape. She's so sweet, so nice. And like when I discipline her, it kind of hurts me because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. But that killing, oh my god, that baby girl of mine, she's like me. Sometimes I just be wanting to punch her, but I'm like, she only this big. But I can fuss at her and it'll get across to her. And like I said, because she's so small, I probably thump her and it hurts her. But like, man, I don't know. Like I can't. I try to be sympathetic, but I can't.
I don't know. I think it might have a little bit to do with what we experienced at John L. too.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Look.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
That might be a whole nother